Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Karen, I'm so happy that we made this happen here today. We had a couple breakdowns. It seems like this happens for me and Jennifer sometimes. It's so funny, but we break through. Um, so welcome to Raw Conversations. Um, Karen is my mentor coach, and I've known her for probably 3 years now, and it's such an honor to have you here, okay, with us to share. I'm just going to briefly go over your bio so the audience know who you are.
Thanks.
Um, okay, so Karen is linguist and philosopher. Her decades-long career has been devoted to teaching how language both reflects and shapes reality. Her rare gift lies in uniting two powerful linkages of knowledge, a formal education in philosophy of language and a 18-year apprenticeship and initiation into the shamanic traditions of the Hulako, I don't know if I pronounce
Huichol.
Huichol,
we
okay, Indians
Huichol.
of central Mexico. Her teaching bridges the ancient and commentary guiding people to redesign the structures of their reality so that joy, integrity, and connection can flourish. I think that's what we're experiencing here now, the flourishness of this. Karen has brought these insights into the modern world. For more than 30 years, she has introduced Fortune 100 corporations to transformative practices for authentic communication, mindful collaboration, and turning conflict into deeper union. She is the author of Love's Invisible Dance, which I have right here. I love the book. I'm reading it again, actually. Groundtaking exploration of 7 keys to authentic, joyful, and lasting relationship. She's a mother, a grandmother, a wife, and she lives in Dallas, Texas, and Valparaiso, is it?
Valparaiso.
Valparaiso, Chile. Excellent. Well, welcome.
I'm so happy to be here.
a pleasure here.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Karen, can you just tell us briefly, like how you got involved, with the ontology work that you're doing?
Yeah. Uh, I had been living my life as a sculptor and got a divorce, and I could no longer afford to keep my children in the style to which we had all become accustomed by my sculpture. And my best friend said to me, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "I don't know." And enrolled me in a course with Fernando Flores, which was called the Entrepreneur 2000. And after doing that course, which blew my mind, introducing some of the new distinctions of the ontological uh, design language, he said, "Well, if you give me 3 years, I'll teach you to think." And I was like, "Where do I sign?"
Wow.
So Fernando really is the heart and soul of my work, this philosophy of language and how we create reality in language is fundamentally my concern with my life.
Nice. Nice.
3 years, 3 years to learn to think, to learn
Yeah,
to think. I
yeah.
love
I mean,
that.
what an idea! It's like, oh, I think.
Yeah,
What am I thinking now?
right.
And basically, to think meant to think new thoughts,
Mhm.
not the same ones that have been going around and
Yeah.
around for your entire life.
Yeah.
And I have been able to think. And what that has enabled me to do is to come up with some new practices, distinctions, and models for how it is that we live and be in relationship. And
Mm.
fundamentally, my work is about how do we create joy?
Mm. Yeah.
We
Julio's
spoke this weekend briefly. Oh, I'm sorry, we spoke briefly this weekend about joy, and I really appreciate that because it's been very present for me. Can you speak a little bit about your approach to joy?
Yes. Well, I guess first I would start with my definition of joy, which is uh, an experience of the combustion of gratitude and satisfaction in the present moment. So, gratitude for your life, the opportunity that this moment is for you, but also being satisfied. And I ask people on a scale of 1 to 10, are you fully satisfied? And the 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 answers come very often with a startled response, like, well, how do I judge that? Do you want just this one or that one, or I have several different numbers? But fully satisfied, according to me, is that you have enough for the present moment, because satisfaction is only available now. You can't
Mm,
postpone satisfaction. You
Mm.
either
yeah.
are or you aren't. So full satisfaction is having enough for the present moment, but also being in peace with your past.
Mm,
It's hard to be satisfied when you've got and stomach. So
Mm.
enough of the present moment, in peace with the past, on the right track to an uncertain future. You know, the future's unknowable,
Mm.
and but you have a vision and next clarity about your next actions to get where you want to go, because we live in the future too.
Mm.
And then the
yeah.
fourth element of a fully satisfied life is that you have confidence in your ability to navigate
Mm.
the obstacles that life will throw at you along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So fully satisfied um, is possible to be lived every day.
Mm.
And that's what I call someone who has achieved that a life master. It's
Mm,
not a, fulfilling all of your dreams and making everything come true to be fully satisfied. It's living your life in gratitude, producing satisfaction, in peace, and
Mm.
in good relationship with others.
mm,
And being able to deal with whatever happens, I'm going to deal with it.
Mm. Mm.
And life mastery uh, is 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 demonstrated in that way every day.
Mm.
And so, you know, I teach this course called The Shift, which is all about mastering the art of living joyfully every day.
mm.
Can you
It
tell
feels
us?
like when you oh, go ahead, Rhonda. Your turn. Your
It's like
turn.
it's like we got all kinds of questions
Yeah.
to ask.
Well, that's
Um,
great.
I listening to you when we just talked about joy, right? Confusing. I remember you saying one time people confuse joy with happiness. Can you tell us a little bit more about?
Yeah, I would just say that happiness is a feeling that happens to you. You know, it's a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes,
Yeah.
particularly when something nice happens or you get something that you were aiming for. You have a, you know, get married, you have a kid, but it's more um, situational.
Mm.
Joy is more fundamental. It's a frequency that you live in, which is this constant state of gratitude and
Mm.
this ability to be satisfied and knowing that. So, what could be more joyful than this moment, being with you two ladies,
Thank you.
being able to share my work,
Yeah.
Mhm.
having the opportunity of, you know, fun engagement in the future.
Mm. Yes. Yeah. So you brought that work into your book, right? The shift. Or that this is a program, isn't it?
Well, The Shift is a program, but it's
Yeah.
also a book that I'm writing right now, The Ultimate Shift.
Yeah.
And the Shift course teaches people how to move through this process that we know as ontological design.
Mm.
It's 5 steps, and it's really synthesized, clarified, simplified how it is that you move from something missing or something possible in your life to the fulfillment of it.
Mm.
So the Shift course introduces the process in 6 classes. Uh, and one of the things that we use, which is maybe the most exciting thing that I can think of in my life these days, is this tool of transformation that I developed called the structure of reality model.
Mm.
This model,
What is reality?
oh, that I'm glad you asked. Yeah, what is reality?
Yeah.
Your reality is the story that you live in about what's true about yourself and everything else in the world. That's
Mm.
your reality. It's unique to you, but it is a story. And a lot of your story isn't true. It isn't right. It's just the way in which you perceive things. And what this structure of reality model does is it allows you to see your thinking over there,
Wow.
outside, from the outside, so that
Mm.
you can see, oh, you know what? This reality can be changed here.
Mm.
It can be strengthened there. It can be opened because we want to keep expanding our world, expanding our reality,
Mm.
expanding our connectedness, our love, our gifts, etc. So this model, the structural reality model, allows you to see yourself and do that.
Mm. Wow. That's interesting. It's
I hope
interesting.
so.
Yeah. It's interesting because like we're in our reality and we think that's the truth, right? That's the whole truth. But what is the truth?
Right. Well, the truth comes in 2 forms. Reality comes in 2 forms. Because we didn't invent the world. Well, we do and we don't.
Mm.
So there's a world that already existed before we showed up. We know this. We were born into an already existing universe that's going on for billions of years. So we're born into that. And there's certain facts about it. You're in Newfoundland. I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Those are indisputable facts. Anybody could witness them.
Mm.
But then we call that your given reality, what is given to you. But then the other side of this reality is your lived reality, the way in which you understand, explain, perceive the circumstances of the given world.
Mm. Is that when you get a total surrender into things? Like,
Well, it's always nice to surrender.
because we think like
But,
as coaches, right? Like, the traditional coaching is like we create our reality, we create things,
well, we do.
and we can do that.
That's,
But
that's right.
isn't there a higher power at force here?
Well, see, I think what you're talking about in the higher power is the given reality.
Yeah.
You know, the sun is shining. I didn't do that,
Right.
but I
Gravity.
do have a story about it.
Yeah. Gravity is in effect, and I can write a story about flying off the edge of the roof, but that may not be a beneficial story if I go and try to live that story. Or maybe.
Mm.
So what really strikes me is this idea of satisfaction and reality. We live in a culture, we live in an economic system that requires us to not feel satisfaction, so that we drive the economic reality of our economy. What what is that relationship, that combustion between satisfaction and gratitude really look like?
How it looks is radiance. How it looks is smiling. How it looks is a warm embrace.
Mm.
How it looks is a, uh, like the outside world doesn't exist. There's only this experience, this energy of our connectedness and the wonder of it.
Mm,
The wonder.
It doesn't have to be rah rah excitement. Oh, I'm so joyous. You
mm,
know, it's quiet too. It's contentment too. Really sinking into what an amazing experience this is. My life is the fact that I'm even here. How did I get here?
mm.
Yeah.
Sound like David Byrne,
But when
Letting the
we're in,
days go by.
yeah, with David Byrne,
right?
yeah. When we're in that moment, I mean, this is where my like in that moment, if you're saying like the like nothing else exists, right? But does it?
Well, it's all
Like you're
me. It's all
all
me.
me. It's all me.
It's all in here. You know,
Yeah.
reality is out there, yes, but it's in here as well.
And that's what the shift is about, right?
The shift is about getting to the place where you're experiencing a perspective in which you are grateful and satisfied. You know, I ask people, this is my constant question, are you committed to living joyfully?
Mm.
I asked you that when we spoke on Saturday,
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Um, and how did that strike you?
It was very interesting. That's what's been tumbling since we talked. Um, my husband and I made a concrete decision to live joyfully, but we didn't I don't think we couched it that way. We were standing in a parking lot somewhere between here and California and decided not to go to sleep. And that's what we meant is we're going to do what it takes to get to to be alive, to truly be awake and alive. And so I was thinking about every time we encounter one of these big concepts, I feel like we run it through our system. How am I doing? And then we start noticing it in other people, which can be a little dangerous. But we're coaches, right? We notice this in other people.
Inevitable.
And it felt like the root of so much suffering.
Mm.
We people don't commit because they feel like that's too big an ask. But in not committing, you are opening up the possibility for the opposite to be what you're committed to. And so it seems like a big, scary, daunting thing, but the cost of not committing to joy is so high.
Well, there's a problem here, and that is, uh, first of all, distinguishing between a good intention, like I
Mhm.
intend to live that way. Let me know when I'm not living that way, or
Right.
uh, uh, intention is not the same as commitment.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, asking someone, "Are you committed to living joyfully?"
Yeah.
What, in order to say yes, you have to know what it takes for you to produce joy when it's absent,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
and committing to living joyfully is to take responsibility for
Yeah.
its absence. It's absent right now. What do I need to do to
Yeah.
create it? And that's what people don't know.
Right.
You know, it's like they start looking for what could be more joyful out there. You know, like maybe I need to put on music, or maybe I need to get on an airplane, or they're looking out there for where they're going to find it,
Right.
instead
But
of
Yeah.
in here,
understanding the
yeah.
process of how do I create it. And so creating gratitude is not a real big stretch for a lot of people. I mean, when you put it to them, they can say, "Oh yeah, I can get there." But
Mm.
it's the satisfaction that
Yeah.
they don't know how to produce,
Yeah.
and that's what the shift process is about. How
Yeah.
do you produce it?
Can you tell us more about the commitments that we need? You mentioned commitments,
Well,
like three commitments.
Are you are you looking for my definition of love,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure okay,
Yeah. Your
yeah.
definition of love, because
So
like when I think about being in joy, like joy to me is love, right? And you spoke about, we have to be committed. Yeah.
okay, so commitments are declarations of being. Who are you? Who are you committed to be? What do you stand for? Uh, you know, I'm a vegetarian is a commitment to not eat meat.
Mm,
Um, I'm committed to being a master guitarist. Is you're saying this is what I'm orienting my life around.
mm,
Now, when you talk about love,
mm,
and and this is a really wonderful question for people to just sit in the question, what is love?
yeah.
And so what I heard you just say is it's joy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. But love is more than a feeling.
Absolutely.
Love is a verb. So that love is to treasure. That's my definition of love. To love is to treasure. And we know how it feels to treasure and to be treasured, is to be held as something sacred and important, and something that you need to care for, cherish, treat with respect and tenderness.
Mm,
So to say I love you is common,
mm,
and it's kind of easy, especially when you're in the throes of a new relationship and everything seems to be rosy.
mm,
But what I have, um, what I've offered here is an interpretation of what love is, so that you know when you love and you know that you are loved.
Yeah.
And that has to do with the commitments that are required to demonstrate and manifest love.
mm,
3 commitments. And the first one is a commitment to integrity. So I'm committed to speak my truth and live as my word with you. Now, I remember once saying to someone, uh, I'm committed to speak my truth. And she said, but everybody lies.
Ooh,
And and
instantly said.
yeah, but
Instantly
everybody
said.
lies. Everybody lies. So I actually, and this is part of what came from my shamanic apprenticeship,
mm,
um, was that I had to make a commitment to speak my truth always, and then try to live that. I wasn't speeding, officer. Yeah, I mean, the multitude of ways in which we
Right?
fudge the truth. So a commitment to integrity is a commitment to speak your truth and live as your word. Do what you say. And the second is a commitment to union. I am committed to hold your concerns as my own. And that doesn't mean to have your concerns. It means that I am here standing in support of you being satisfied in your life.
mm,
And the third is a commitment to mastery. And a commitment to mastery is a commitment to live every day in the question, how can I love you more? Tell
mm,
me. So those commitments, they're easy to get out of your mouth
Yeah.
mm,
and then go ahead and live them.
Hmm.
And the third commitment is one where you're giving your lover, your beloved, um, the authority to call you on not fulfilling the first 2 commitments,
Hmm.
because it's hard sometimes to speak the truth. It's hard to communicate difficult conversations.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
these are things that um, we can learn, because to love as a verb, is a domain of learning.
Mm.
Mm.
You can learn how to speak the difficult truth. You can learn how to sit in the fire of conflict with another person and form greater union, greater oneness out of the conflict. And most people would rather just avoid it. So
Yeah.
learning is key here.
Yeah. Well, and it strikes me that, it's obvious to talk about the relationship with the beloved, but love extended to the friend and then love extended to the other. How do we live in integrity, say the difficult things, carry others' concern as our own when we don't even identify a connection with someone? And there's so much, we live in a time of amplified division. We're in one of those seasons, and it still counts.
Well, the Bible says that you have to love everyone,
Yep.
love thy neighbor. And I'm not buying it. I mean, to extend this level of commitment to another human being is an enormous gift. And so, you know, I have beloved friends and I have beloved colleagues. Then we have what? Strangers, we have acquaintances, we have
Yeah.
even enemies.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so, who you love is a function of your choice. Your who am I?
Mm.
Yeah.
Who are you to me?
Mm.
And one of the practices in the shift is the use of a scale of endearment.
Mm.
You know, how close we are is a function of the commitments that we have made to one another.
Yes.
So, how many of your good friends have you, through how many good friends have you said, I'm committed to speak my truth with you always? Can I count on your speaking your truth to me?
Hmm.
We take it for granted. Oh,
Yes.
sure, everybody,
Mm.
No,
Mm.
no, no.
no.
So that was a very interesting time for me when the scales first started to evolve. Is that I was engaged in this constant conversation with people. Who am I to you, and who are you to
Oh,
me?
interesting. There's so much, those undefined relationships bring so much suffering because we assume a connection or we assume a commitment that has not actually been made. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Your reality includes it.
Right.
Wrong.
Right. 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 Oh, well, I saw it for sure.
Right.
No, not for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the process of examining our reality is really the one which allows us to grow.
Yeah. And to make new choices.
Exactly.
Yeah. To even to I love that idea that deepening a choice you think you've already made into an intentional choice is making a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the idea of you're committed to living joyfully. Okay, so how do you manifest it when it's not here? And recognizing you don't know.
Yeah.
And then where do you go for help?
And what has worked in the past may not work in a moment of breakdown, in a moment of shift and change externally to you. Oh,
Exactly.
the person that I used to be able to go to is not available for whatever reason, or
Mm.
this new thing, it doesn't react the same way as the things in there, and I don't react the same way to this thing.
Right.
There's growth in that too. Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful. I think in ontological work we talk a lot about language, the generative nature of language. And, we touched on this when we were talking earlier this weekend. There are a lot of things that are easy to say and difficult to do. There are a lot of things to say and think you understand, and then you go to do, and that's when you fully understand. And then there are things that are difficult to say, and when you go to do them, they're so right that it wasn't what you thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've experienced that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
Um,
why we are coaches. It's
yeah.
why there's something, right? The place to do that work. Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
like just 5 minutes left, and um, Karen, I'm here in Newfoundland. I'm on where I live in my town is Beothuk territory. They say the Beothuk was distinct in that, way back, but that's not necessarily true. They mingled in with the French as well as the Mi'kmaq that has been here. And the chief here, the Swagama of Newfoundland, is my mentor and elder. So I've immersed myself a lot into the natives and the indigenous culture and traditions, um, and feeling it from the ground up, because I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even that has shifted my world, my reality,
Has
because
to.
when I lean into that traditions, the way they think, right? What is reality? Um, can you tell us, like, just briefly, you know, um, what your experience was when you immersed yourself into that culture, like into the natives in Mexico, and how you got to where you are now?
Well,
Like, what is a
uh,
shaman? Like, we don't call them shamans here in North America. We call them medicine men and medicine women,
mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how do you know? How do you know who's really a shaman, or just because
Yeah.
you declare it, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, yes. Look in the yellow pages under shaman, see what you find. No, I mean, finding anyone, whether it's a coach or a shaman or a doctor,
Yeah.
is not a simple process.
Mm,
As a coach, I went into a potential client, um, talking to him. I asked him a question that he couldn't answer.
mm,
And then he said, okay, well, I think you're the person that I need to work with, because what you're doing is you're seeing the unseen.
mm.
And when you can show it, you're validating your credentials.
Yeah. Mm,
I can see where the pain is. I can, whether it's a physical pain, emotional pain, community pain, I can see it and I can show it to you.
mm.
And that's what you do as coaches,
Yeah.
is be able to reveal the unseen.
Yeah. 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 Feel the unseen. That
Right.
shift, that little crack that opens up, and you're like, wait a minute, what is
Exactly.
that? What? It's been sitting there the whole time. What is that?
Well, your reality is fixed. It stays exactly the same until something changes it. And
Yeah.
when you can show a crack, it opens, the
Yeah.
space opens. One other thing that I'd like to say is that, um, my book, which is now called The Ultimate Shift, um, is making a very strong case for people who need support to get help from a shift master,
Mm,
someone who is deeply grounded in the process of creating shift and creating joy. So, ontological coaches, people who already have some of this training, I think would love to become a resource
Mhm.
for this, being able to use this book, be called on as a part of the network for this book. So I really would like to invite other people who are interested in learning do the shift, be the shift,
Mm.
really master their art
Yeah.
to be in communication with me.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We can do that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have less than a minute.
Yeah.
Less than a minute.
I know.
And
So
there's so much to say.
I
I
know,
know. I
right?
know.
And we could have you
Always,
back
always.
again. What I can do is I'm going to go ahead and share this on the YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn as we do, and we'll put your website there as well. And I just want to say thank you
Yeah.
before the video recording closes here. So
Thank you so much.
yeah,
Oh,
I think she's froze up.
she froze, and she froze at just the right. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
She'll maybe she'll come back. There you are.
Thank you, Karen.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to you. It's been a privilege to be with you, an honor.
Thank you. Thank you so
Happy
much.
to know you.
All right.
Thank you.
See everyone